This is ESBR Boxing. Delighted, as always, to be joined by Gregory Doll. We have just seen Nick Ball beat Ray Ford to become the WBA featherweight world champion at the second time of asking, after having that draw against Ray Vargas earlier this year. Greg, good to be joined by you. Super, super close fight. 115, 113 on all three judges' scorecards. One judge had it for Ray Ford, two had it for Nick Ball. Super close fight. And Nick Ball got the job done at the second time of asking. What did you make of that?
Yeah, Elliot, thanks for having me. I thought it was a really, really good fight. Both guys were so effective at what they do. I felt that Ray Ford was really accurate. I think he threw most of the hurtful shots, but Nick Ball has always got lots of energy, throws good combinations in terms of he's just a very busy fighter. So I can understand why a lot of people had it close. Me personally, I had it 116, 113, Ray Ford. The last round, I couldn't split them. But yeah, for me, it was close, but the wrong man won.
Yeah, look, it was so close, wasn't it? I personally had it 115, 113 Ray Ford. I just thought it was I thought in some ways it was a fight of two halves, which is kind of an
Yeah,
analogy we use usually in football, but we're using it in boxing tonight
yeah.
over here in the UK. But I want to ask you kind of the story of the fight. My thoughts were I thought Nick Ball, the first half of the fight, won the vast majority of the rounds. I had it 4-2 at the end of round six, whereas Ray Ford he hurt Nick Ball in the second half of the fight, won the majority of the rounds. And it would be so fascinating to actually see the judges' scorecards round by round and to know how it was going into round 11, round 12. So, so close there. But yeah, just talk me through like the story of the fight, Greg, and how you came to your scorecard.
Yeah, Elliot, I don't know how much I can add on to what you just said. It was actually perfect to what I think. I had it also after 6 rounds, 4-2 to Nick Ball, and I just thought Ray Ford hit him in round seven. And after that, he was in control of most of the rounds. He was just landing the better accurate shots. Nick Ball was coming back with flurries, but a lot of them were hitting gloves. And Ray Ford, I can't believe I'm saying this tonight, but Ray Ford he was the one that looked like the hurtful fighter in there. And I just felt that he had the more energy, the more accuracy, and he won most of the second half of the fight. But as I say, I hate scoring around daily at 10-10. But Ford hurt Nick Ball in round 12 once or twice. Ball was a little bit busier in that round. I really couldn't split it. So yeah, 116, 113 for me, but it was a close fight. I can see a draw, but I can't see a Nick Ball win.
Yeah, no, for sure. Look, just a good fight as well, which I think for me is always the most important
Yeah,
thing. It's a fantastic card tonight. It's a historic night. Saw a good fight between Willie Hutchinson and Craig Richards. We've seen another one
yeah.
tonight, and we've obviously got three of the five fights remaining, and we're exhausted already. I would usually ask you, Greg, about a rematch. However, I'm not going to just because I think it's quite clear this is going to be Ray Ford's last fight at featherweight. He'll move up. What Ray Ford's going to look like at super featherweight, we don't know. What Nick Ball would look like at super featherweight, we don't know. So I won't touch on that. But maybe in the future, I think there will be demand for a rematch, possibly at super featherweight. I think that would be a great fight to see. Nick Ball, on the other hand, look, he's had a busy 6 months, hasn't he? He beat Isaac Dogbo back in November in a fight that I think a lot of people thought was going to be a lot closer than it was. Had that draw against Ray Vargas early this year. A lot of people thought he won that fight, but it was a draw, was a close fight. And then he's had a busy 6 months, so I wouldn't mind betting that we possibly don't like I don't want to say he kind of has a break, but I don't think we're going to see him back out again in the next 2 to 3 months. Personally, I could be wrong. What would you like to see Nick Ball do next, Greg? He's got unfinished business against Ray Vargas. There's possibly other unifications to that could happen. Luis Alberto Lopez, obviously we know him very well. Rafael Espinoza, who beat Roberto Ramirez early this year as well. Some massive fights there. Nick Ball's in that kind of Saudi club now, isn't he? A bit like Joseph Parker, who's kind of it's winner stays on. He's won, you know that guy's going to kind of be invited back to Saudi Arabia. You feel like Nick Ball is there now. What do you want to see Nick Ball do next?
For me, Elliot, I think it's got to be the Ray Vargas rematch. There's what Ray Vargas holds a world title, Nick Ball holds one. Ray Vargas is huge. at the weight though. It's difficult to say if he's going to stick around too much longer there as well. But I think Nick Ball can beat those styles. Elliot, I really do. I think Nick Ball's worst nightmare is a slick American who is a dog with the greatest of respect, like a Ray Ford, like a Devin Haney, like a. There's so many fighters in that style. The smart, intelligent, let someone burn themselves out and land the accurate shots. That's the style that will upset Nick Ball. These other guys in the division, I don't see why he can't go on and beat them all, Elliot.
Yeah, no, we'll see. Look, he's an exciting fighter, and we'll see what's next for him. I'll just finish off with one question for you, Greg. I obviously when we get these fights finishing, I try and look at kind of different avenues that could be next, whether it's unification, moving up in weight. But I always look at domestic grudge matches as well, and I can't help but do that for this. Josh Warrington is at featherweight. I think there are rumours that he's going to return to the ring in Leeds, possibly in July. We've not heard anything official yet. It's been still talks about the Leewood rematch possibly happening in August, but yeah, nothing official. I do wonder if Nick Ball's now got a world title, if that's a possibility for Josh Warrington. Maybe not, but look, it's got. I think it could be an option for both fighters. Who would you have winning have winning that fight? Josh Warrington, been around a long time, several world title defenses, couple of losses on his record now, maybe past his best. But yeah, who would your kind of an early prediction for that fight in terms of finding the best featherweight in the UK? Who would your money be on?
It's a good fight, Elliot. It's a really good fight. Me personally, I just think that at this stage in their careers, I think Nick Ball might be a bit too busy and too strong for Josh Warrington. I could maybe see him stopping Josh Warrington in the second half of the fight, maybe beating him quite wide on points. But if it's in Leeds, Josh Warrington, that gives him an extra battery in his back, doesn't it? So yeah, I'm all down for seeing it. But now that Nick Ball's got a world title, all of these guys have got to be looking at him. So that's a fight I'd like to see, but I think I'd side with Nick Ball on that.
Yeah, yeah. We shall see. Look, we'll see what's next for Nick Ball and Ray Ford as well. Look, a fantastic fighter. Looking forward to seeing what he does at super featherweight. He's surely capable of winning a world title again. Greg, thank you very much for your time. Enjoy the rest of the fights tonight. There's a lot more to come. If you're watching this video, please do stay tuned. We've got more to offer. Greg, I will speak to you again very, very soon.
Thank you so much, Elliot.